But Holding Her and Loving You, Heavenly Bodies, I Have Loved You, Girl. A lot of my real strong ballads have done more for me probably than anything.
Even in this more conscious attempt to be more commercial, you don't sacrifice any artistic integrity?
No, that would be betraying myself. I think I'm going through the same stages I went through when I first learned how to write, before I started recording a lot. I was trying to find a base to work from. I was trying to reach a point where I could say, yes, this is right, and I will accept this. And it took 5 years, and I wrote Smoky Mountain Memories, and it fit, and it worked. And I had a lot of pieces and a lot of scattered attitudes that I couldn't get combined or couldn't get into a whole up until Smoky Mountain Memories. Then I kind of got established as a songwriter. Now I'm trying to do this as a full-fledged songwriter, singer, performer, and all the things that go with this, and deal with all the aspects. Hopefully we'll never learn it all. That way we can always remain creative and keep trying to create something that's new for us and good for us, and for the audience too.
One thing that a lot of people really like about you is that your writing doesn't get down to that sort of cliched corniness that country music.
Well, I don't believe in these people who say that I wrote this wonderful song last night on a napkin in a bar room. I approach this thing from the idea of a craft. I use my feelings, my emotion, and all of my experiences, and put this thing together in something that feels just exactly right to me. And some of the songs that I've written, Randy Scruggs and myself, we've had to go back the next night before we started on our new project and polish up the things that we couldn't get to that night, the night before. I've even gone to the studio and not have a verse and sing the first verse twice so that I could get the tracks down, and I'll write that later, write the second verse later and overdub it. Because I believe that a guy told me once, Dick Hurd, actually co-wrote Smoky Mountain Memories with me. He says, the one thing that I found out in this songwriting business is don't waste one line. And I've remembered that, and it's tremendously helped me. And it gives me a good attitude about what I do. If you don't believe in what you do, how can you expect anybody else to?
Think you have an image yet?
I don't know if I have an image. I'm about to establish an identity. I'm no longer getting that much confused with John Conley and Con Hunley. They're wonderful, both of those guys are, but sure was a problem for all of us there for a while. But I tell you what, TV videos have helped me tremendously as far as being able to clear up my identity. People that are real unique and different and choose to be that way and remain so, seems to me like it takes them an awful lot longer before everybody accepts them. But I think once they are accepted, and hopefully I am accepted totally, I can stay there as long as I want to, and as long as my interest is focused in the right direction.
You told me one time that you wanted to do something phenomenal with your career.
Well, we've done one thing phenomenal this year, and that's 4 in a row off one album. But you do these things, and you have this, well, I believe this. And when it comes right down to this thing working out the way you believe that you create your own reality, it scares the hell out of you sometimes. But it's life is never dull anymore. There's always something real new and surprising all the time.
Any other specific things you're aiming for?
Yeah, I want to be the biggest draw in country music. I want to have some crossover records without betraying my audience that I've built up. Let me see. I'm looking for my first platinum album. And, God, I don't know. I'm going to get involved in film as far as doing some music for some films. I want a new bus. I want a 911 Carrera. I want everything that life has to offer. That's good.
Terrific. Okay. For a guy who, while he was still a teenager, didn't like country music, you embraced it. pretty good way.
Well, you know, I was in a position where it wasn't cool to be into country music, but the music that was music then and that was cool is country music today. So you're either ahead of your time or behind the times. And you have to adjust in either one of those directions if you can to be commercial. And hopefully you can be commercial without stealing or being so familiar that it's you only use 4 lines out of somebody else's song as far as melodies go. I hate to do any of those things, but familiarity is something that we can all identify with.
Well, you really are one of the real fresh hopes of country music. And pleased to be able to have you on the show. Anything else happening with you that people should know about at this time?
No, except that I did that theme, that one song that goes in this movie called The River Rat, which will premiere September the 15th. And the song is called Wherever You Are. Excuse me, and I discovered a part of myself that's been missing for a while because I've been off on this wild adventure of finding new ways to create music and discover the new me. And this song was written by somebody else. And so I said, good, it's going to be fun to go in there and just see if I can't fit into this role. And I discovered that all those old traditional things that I used to do and that I grew up on, that I liked about country music, I got to use that emotion vocally, and all the new emotion that I'm into vocally here with the production and the same attitude. So that kind of put me together. So it's a special thing that I'm looking forward to in seeing on film and hearing it when it's all together. I'm going to interrupt you again.
Do we need to do any of that last part over? Where I was...
No.
She's a fanatic.
It's me too.
Well, how'd you get to now? And see, now you got me going. That was my wrap-up question. We were going to say thank you, and but I got to know now. How'd you get to this other person? Is this through meditation that we talked about before?
No, the motivation can sometimes come from fear and running away from yourself. I've done that quite often. I've run from the past always, and yet the thing that I could never escape and that always ended up with was the past. But I've managed over the last few years to have the success of doing this straightforward and go straight ahead and forget that and deal with this new project, you know. But this one song that I did gave me the opportunity to tie the past and the future all together. And I never realized, you know, how much was missing of myself. It just feels real good. I feel like I can do anything now. Before there was so many questions. Who wants to be standing out on a limb by themselves all the time?
So you exorcised some demons, did you?
No, I don't believe in demons unless we create them ourselves. I believe in heaven every day. Even the bad times are good. At least they're good lessons.
Gee, can't wait to hear the song. It won't be on your forthcoming album. It'll just be on the sound.
No, it's going to be on an RCA album that the film was a Paramount film, and RCA has the album, as far as I know. Alabama got, let me see who else on there, Bill Medley. I better not try to name all the people because I'll leave one out and they'll all be mad at me.
Right. Okay, great. Well, that's it.
All right.
So that was easy, huh? Wasn't it?